Topic one today. The Wooden Award odds are out with DraftKings, and we did a video yesterday where we marveled about how Purdue has two of the top five. We also gave some general thoughts from us on the overall list. So I don't want to be redundant. You can go find that short if you want to see them all. What I really want to do is go through and come up with the 10 players we think are most likely to actually win the Wooden Award. And to help frame this discussion, I'll read you the names in order that DraftKings has listed as most likely to win the Wooden Award. But then I think our answer is going to be a little different than this. So, in order, DraftKings says Braden Smith is the favorite, JT Toppin second, Yaxel Lendeborg third, AJ DeBanza fourth, TKR fifth, Darren Peterson sixth, Darion Williams seventh, Otega Owe eight, Solo Ball nine, Donovan Dent 10, Boogie Flan, Richie Saunders, Emmanuel Sharp, Jacoby Gillespie, Bryce Hopkins, Alex Caravan, Todd Pettiford, Milos Uzan, DJ Wagner, Isaiah Evans round out the top 20. From there, we get into kind of chaos long shots. Jeremy Fears, Ryan Conwell, Nate Ament, Jackson Kohler is even on the list. Fletcher Lawyer's on the list, kind of crazy. Cam Boozer is not listed with the odds because he hasn't turned 18 yet. He's really only the only name that is missing from this list. But this video is not about the odds themselves. I want you and I to put our 10 most likely players to win the Wooden Award in order. Because, for example, we talked about this a little bit yesterday. TKR is the fifth most likely Wooden Award winner. But respectfully to TKR, in order for him to actually win the award, he would need to convince the whole world he's better than Braden Smith, which
Yeah.
is really hard for me to see happening. Even if he is the fifth best player in college basketball, that's a narrative shift that I just don't buy will happen. So I'll throw it to you. Where do you want to start with this? But our goal is to come up with our combined list of the 10 most likely Wooden Award winners.
Can we take the layup?
Braden Smith won.
Yeah. Let's get that out the way.
Hold up. I think Rudy Gobert just came out of nowhere and may have made that layup tougher than we thought.
Why?
Because if we're really talking probabilities here, it's not about who the best player is. I think TKR being so good could actually impact Braden Smith's chances of winning this award a little bit.
I just also I think that directly Braden's stats will increase. If TKR stats are increased, a lot of that would have to do with Braden's stats increasing too.
Yes, but like I think in general, when you have two first team All Americans on a team, those guys end up sharing the credit in a way that hurts both of their National Player of the Year campaigns.
So your way of attacking this is one singular guy being most likely.
I mean, if we want to keep Braden one, I'm fine with it because I believe he is no doubt the best player in the country. But
Mhm.
like, you could convince me. Here's some names that I think have a more straightforward path to just like, oh, if their team's really good, they're gonna get all the credit for it. Darren Peterson, Otega Owe, Donovan Dent, I think to an extent, JT Toppin and AJ DeBanza. Certainly Yaxel will get all the credit if Michigan's good. So again, we got to draw the line somewhere. I don't want to put Braden seventh, but like, do we really think that a guy with a teammate who is also a first team All American is really the most likely to win the award for singular best player?
Yes.
Okay. Simple
Yeah.
as that then. All right.
Yeah.
Braden at one. Then where do we go next?
Okay, now I think I like where your thought process is going with the rest of the names on that list. Um, if honestly, if Kentucky's really good, is Otega Oweh not going to get all that credit?
That's what I'm saying. I think like even Todd Pettiford's a guy you could throw in that.
Yeah, so I honestly, Ortega might be two or three. I think the Bansa and Toppin also need to be in this mold.
You gotta buy the thing with Ortega is you have to buy that he'll actually be that good, right?
If
Like
he's the same as he was last year and Kentucky's a top five team, does he not? I mean, he was pretty good last year.
16, 4, and 1. That's
Yeah,
not National Player of the Year numbers.
yeah, there's got to be more than
He
that.
would he would need to up it to like 22 and 5. And if he does that, then I think you're in the mix. I think that's possible. I don't know if I would say that's more likely than some of the other names on the list, though.
The Bansa second?
Just buy that the upside is totally real with him.
Yeah, and that he is just the best player and that the like he has the impact that a Cooper Flag has.
He's got Richie Saunders, though. Like, are you worried at all about the roster stuff?
No, I'm not saying because I think, in like the National Player of the Year landscape, Richie Saunders would be like the Con Knipple to Cooper Flag, basically. And Richie Saunders would be the Con Knipple to AJ Devance's Cooper Flag.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I see that. All right. Let's put AJ DeBance two then. Where do you want JT Toppin? I thought you would argue JT Toppin as high as possibly number one once I made my.
He'd be next for me. But to your point, you think that Christian Anderson could take a step. But I think that if Texas Tech is as good as I think they're going to be, JT Toppin's numbers are going to be something insane. Like 20, 24, and 12 type numbers.
This video is brought to you by NBA2KLab.com. 2K Lab worked with us last summer as well. They're one of our favorite entities in all of sports gaming. We want to show you their college basketball stadium locator challenge game. And I'm going to share a screen right now as we do this. South Carolina, bang. Oh,
Ooh,
okay, that's pretty good. Next, North Carolina. Why are we only getting the Carolinas?
please
Bang.
lock in.
St. John's, that's New
New
York.
York.
Bang.
Where's New Jersey?
We're on fire. Colorado. I actually don't know what state Colorado is.
It's in Colorado. There's a state of
Is that
Colorado.
this one?
It's to the right of Phoenix.
Anyway, you get the picture. This game's really fun. They've got more games as well, like Guess the NBA Player, Mystery Fantasy Draft, and more. Stay tuned for all of the college football content and games that they'll be putting together to help you get the best experience out of college football 26. Back to the video. So JT Toppin averaged 18, 9, and 1 last year on a top five team.
Were they top five?
Ish, right? They were 2 seed, weren't they?
Were they a 2 seed?
2 or 3
Maybe.
seed? Like top 10 team. Like, and he was an All-American, so he's close. But like how much more ups like if he averages 18 and 9 again, you think that could be National Player of the Year? Or are you pitching me on like he's gonna average 24 and 11?
I'm pitching he's going to average like 24 and 11. Yeah.
I guess I can buy that pitch. I like that more than like he just is who he is, and that's enough. I was going to compare his numbers to Graham EK's numbers for a second and try and talk you out of this because just
Yeah.
saying National Player of the Year JT Toppin out loud doesn't sit well with me.
It's just great with me. Also the Graham EK thing goes out the window because Graham EK is doing it in the WCC while JT Top is doing it in one of the best conferences of college basketball.
I hear you. I hear you. I think that could be part of why he doesn't win National Player of the Year, though, but that's for another day. All right, so we have our top three: Braden, AJ, JT.
I love my top three, and I feel like I've been very selfish in this. So I'm gonna let you throw out the next
Are
couple
you
names.
letting me go next because you know who should go next and you don't want to be the one to say it?
No, oh, Yaxel next.
Well, Yaxel's third per the sports books, and we're already putting him one spot lower. How much lower than the sports books have him are we going to put my superstar?
Oh, I was thinking about maybe not letting him in at all.
You don't think it's likely that he wins the Wooden Award?
I really do Perez.
You dingus. I think so here are names that I would feel okay about putting forth in descending order of where they're actually at in DraftKings odds. Yaxel, Darren Peterson, Otega Owe, Donovan Dent. Then I think you stop
Yeah.
and reset the board.
Yeah, I'm also thinking like numbers wise. Like these guys could possibly just have incredible numbers and their teams could be good too, but like the numbers just make it like they should be on there. Like you mentioned Donovan Dent. Donovan Dent could have some stupid numbers for UCLA this year.
Yaxel last year averaged 18, 11, and 4 on insanely good percentages. Let's say at Michigan, he doesn't need to pass as much because Cadeau's there, and he scores a couple more easy buckets playing off a passer. If he averages 21 and 11 at Michigan, like, and they're top 10, then we're talking already probably ahead of JT Toppin. So I don't know. I feel like Yaxel probably is truly the right answer. I think he's a top five player, and the Danny Wolf role is conducive to winning an award like this.
I'm fair. That's fair.
All right. Yaxel at 4. Bill Self says Darren Peterson is the most talented player he's ever coached. And he has a roster that is going to require him to do everything. If you believe in Darren Peterson, I think he should be 5th over Otega and Donovan Dent, but I'll let you decide because you are our resident Darren Peterson guy.
I think I go double P at this spot at these next two spots.
Okay.
Peterson, Pettiford.
Pettiford over Owe and
Yes.
Dent.
Yes. Actually, no, I don't feel good about that. No, I
There's a
think
world. I like Pettiford on the list.
Peterson, Oway, Dent, Pettiford.
I like Pettiford on the list. I'm starting to devil's advocate myself into thinking maybe there's some downsides to Pettiford's game that we're going to see this year.
I think, damn it, I thought I was early on the ground there.
He was so good at the combine though. So
He
I'm
was.
I'm back in on Pettiford.
Okay. All right. I think we go Peterson, Oway, Dent, Pettiford.
Darren Peterson 5, Otega always 6, Donovan 7, Donovan Dent
That's it.
7.
Doesn't it feel weird not having like what if Boogie Flan is really, really good for Florida?
Well, we have two more spots. And
Well,
I have a name that has to be here and I will listen to Boogie.
who's the name that has to be there?
The guy taking the National Player of the Year's role.
Cameron?
Cameron Boozer should be higher than ninth on this list too. And I'd like to retroactively bump everybody down because I would put Cam Boozer as high as second on this list. In fact, Cart, I would put him as high as first, but you're not going to move Braden off. I think Cam Boozer's more likely to win the award than DeBanza. I do, even if DeBanza's the better player, because DeBanza has more talent around him. Richie Saunders is going to get in the way the same way I argued against Braden and TKR kind of hurting each other a little bit. Like, to me, Cam Boozer is the exact archetype, respectfully to Darren Peterson. He's a guard. It's hard for guards to win National Player of the Year unless you're putting up triple doubles like Braden Smith could. Like, Darren Peterson's going to score 22 a game and just score, and who knows, Kansas probably won't be that good. Cam Boozer's going to be on a top 10 team all season long. Duke's going to win the ACC by 6 games again. He's going to put up like 20, 10, and 4, and he's going to be right in the mix. Like, at worst, he's going to be second or third. That's the whole sell on him.
Yeah, I honestly I find it hard to push back on that, especially with how good Duke's going to be, how he'll be the best player, and honestly, the ASS is still ringing true.
And there's no competition on his roster. There's nobody getting in the way of him. So I think we should put him second. I think he should be ahead of DeBounce on this list.
They'll bump everybody down and put Boozer second.
I would do that if you'll allow me.
Of course, I'll allow you.
And then at 10, Boogie Fland.
Yes,
So no TKR on our 10 most likely National Player of the Years. But I'm fine with that because genuinely I don't see how he's perceived as better than Braden.
it would take something outwardly for TKR to do it, given what he's playing with Braden.
Okay. All right. So our top 10 most likely players to win the Wood Award. Braden Smith 1, Cam Boozer 2, AJ DeBonson 3, JT Toppin 4, Yaxel Lendeborg 5, Darren Peterson 6, Otega Owe 7, Donovan Dent 8, Todd Pettiford 9, Boogie Flan 10, TKR and Merez Johnson snubbed.